What is going on, everybody? My name is Chris. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I am. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Skate 3 video. So the first section of this video is actually going to be a speed build, and this was recommended by a subscriber or somebody who commented saying that they thought I build better when I don't have to do a commentary over it. So that's why I did it, and this is actually originally an hour and a half of park building. So it's a lot of, this would be a very long video, and I think it'd be very boring, but it was nice being able just to create something and just listen to music and not have to worry about kind of talking and entertaining you guys, which not saying I don't want to do that, but it was just very refreshing starting off something a little bit different than I normally do. And I was able to add a lot more detail, and I was able to test it out, so I was really happy about that. So you guys might be wondering what this is actually about, and what I'm actually using to emulate is this little Italian village. I can't think of the exact name, but it was something that was really colorful, and that's what kind of drew me to it, just because the architecture was very different and unique, and especially not in Skate 3. It doesn't look like you would be able to make it, and that's why I kind of was a little bit skeptical of even recording a video about it, as because I didn't know if I was able to make it. So that's why I was just like, okay, safe bet is just to do a speed build, and then I can work from there if I don't make it and I don't think it looks good. So I made the layout right here, and I actually use the electrical things, which I normally never use just because they're so hard to work with. But if you use it as a base layer at the bottom, it's really not that hard to use. And I just wanted to use different textures because it just makes it something different, and it's not normal. And I want to just feel like there was a lot of different stuff, because if you go out, it sounds weird, but if you go out in the real world, there's so many different textures. And what I mean is, like, the sidewalk is different from your driveway, and your driveway is different from the street. And if you go in certain areas, streets are made with concrete and some are made with asphalt, which sounds very weird to think about, but there's so many different things. And that's, to me, what gives it the realism in this park, is because there's so many different things happening and so much going on, and there's a lot of detail being added. And that's what I really like about it. And you don't get to see the detail when I'm in the speed build, but that's why I want to do the gameplays, because I pretty much had 3 hours of park building, and a lot of that, when you're wanting to add detail, you need to have time to kind of just skate around the park and see, like, okay, there's something that needs to be here. It feels a little empty, and can be a very difficult. It's almost like a creative process if you're doing anything with art. Anybody who does some type of art, meaning whether it be photography, videography, or drawing or sculpting or anything like that, it takes time to get through that creative process. And so that's why I was able to just have the time to work on it and just kind of let the ideas flow. And this was something just kind of stepping a little bit out of my comfort zone. I haven't made anything at this caliber in such a long time, so it's really refreshing to work on something like this, especially as just something different. And so on this part, this is actually the part where you spawn, and I kind of took the least amount of time here just because I figured this is where people spawn. It's not where they care, and plus I wanted to save some terrain. I literally almost filled up the entire terrain meter here, not because I was wasting pieces, but just because it takes that much. And so if you can see here, I'm building different storefronts, and they all kind of look the same, but I wanted to give it some variation. And that's because in the town I was modeling, it has these really colorful buildings, and I just wanted to make everything look like it would pop out of the park. One of my favorite things is these balconies right here. These are really cool, and I think definitely that's something that really sells, like that it's, made in Italy, that kind of an effect. And then another thing is that I built this kind of waterway area. I didn't get to talk about that, and that's kind of where the main photo was. It'd be, in the thumbnail, it's that top left area, and that's what I'm actually using for the basis of my entire park, because I wanted to definitely, I feel like when you look at a wide angle of that, it definitely gives it that like real Italian feel. And if you guys can see here, yeah, I'm continuing to build that, and then I cover up this area, and then I actually use some rocks in a couple seconds to kind of build up this mountain area, because in Italy, at least, these villages were basically just built in the sides of mountains or hills, which I just think is something that's really cool. And obviously, in Skate 3, they're not expecting you to do ridiculous park builds like this, so it only looks so good. And so I'm adding more of the balconies, and I wanted to add these windows and these Zen wall posts, which they don't necessarily look the best, but I was able to kind of get the window effect that I was looking for. And then this corner area I was really dreading on making, just because, I was kind of almost burnt out at this point, and I know it sounds weird, but like I had to do this part in like an hour and a half, and then I had the next day where I was able to actually work on the park. So here's that mountain part area I was talking about. Definitely looks better when I add some trees and stuff in there. That's some other stuff in the detail, which I will get to in the gameplay in about a minute or so. And here again, I'm just copying and pasting those windows. It doesn't look 100% the best, but it's just, you know, it's the way I got to do it. And then I tilted up this water to kind of make it look like it went on more. I don't know. There's only so much you can do in Skate 3. Here I'm adding the trees to give that effect that there's more stuff behind it. And if you could see just that from that screenshot right there, it definitely looks something a little bit unique, I think, to park creating. And I added just a ledge there. There's really not that many skate spots here, which I know some people might not like that, but I just wanted to make something that would be different, and I think I achieved that, and that's what I was happy about. But there's still some fun skate spots, so I'm not gonna knock that. It's just definitely not like a skate park, and there's not really any flow. But if you were in a street setting or something like this, there really wouldn't be like that. So this is a pretty cool park, and I think it's unique in that. And then these were my favorite, like kind of like the telephone wires or something. I don't know. I just wanted to add something to kind of go across. And then I also wanted to add a tree, or here we got this curved area. So let's go transition into the gameplay right now. So here we got some gameplay of the park, and it definitely looks a little bit smaller and compact once I'm actually skating it. But you guys can see now there's a lot more stuff that has been added since I recorded the speed build. So I'm going to just walk through you guys some of the stuff. So actually, let's just go back to the spawn, and I won't take too much longer, but I added this rail in the front. I used these rails, and these are actually made with a stop sign. And then one thing, if you guys can see, actually on the balconies, I covered the edges with rails, and just because it gives it some extra texture, just, you know, throwing the props and stuff in here, it definitely does help out, you know, filling up some stuff and just making it feel like it's complete. Not much else was added over here, just a bench, and then I added this ledge right here. This was like the only thing I made using like those wall pads or whatever you want to call that. This rail you guys saw me make, this ledge, again, just some detail. Not much else was added there. Let's see, we added these tables, and just added some extra detail and stuff over on this side. This ledge right here, not too much. Oh yeah, I added a bunch of foliage. I think that's what makes it a little bit different. And then we'll actually just jump down here, and these are quote unquote boats. They look too bad. I mean, for Skate 3, I think it's you know, I think people can tell that that's a boat. Just added this, you know, beat up car just because why not. And then we have this little spot right here, these roofs, and these things really help sell the fact that like it's like an Italian park, I think, because when I didn't have those, I thought the park was kind of empty, but once I added these, I was really happy, just because I mean, it just gives it more, I guess flavor is the word I'm looking for. I don't know if that's exactly the correct word I'm looking for, but that's just what I would describe it as. And then probably my favorite part of this park is actually you can skate this rail, and then you can actually land in a boat, which I thought was kind of cool. I want to just make something a little bit fun like that. Just because I was adding those boats in the water, and then I realized I'm like, oh, this rail kind of goes into nothing, so you can at least still kind of skate it, which I don't know, I think is kind of cool. And then so there's not really too much flow besides when you spawn, you can hit that rail, which this thing skates pretty well, and there's just like a nice size double set. And then we got this ledge right here, so it's a pretty fun park, and definitely I don't know, just overall I'm very happy with it. And now the park definitely feels like it's complete. Just because I did also, if you guys notice in the ground, I changed a lot of the coloring, and just because, you know, I could make it all one the same color, but I don't think realistically, or like in a life, you know, and just in the setting, I don't know, I feel like there'd be different colors. Maybe there would, but it just makes it feel like there's a lot more detail, even though when there actually isn't. The only DLC I think I used was the Skate Crate upgrade pack, and maybe the Sandman after pack. No, I think that's oh yeah, and the Skate Crate upgrade pack. So it's only 2 DLCs, which was really cool. I don't know, I just want to get something. Oh, and I say it's skating good, but it is kind of glitching. And then I feel like a tail or something. Oh. Like, look at, I don't know why my skater is freaking out. There we go. That didn't look that good, but we'll take it. And I accidentally low popped there so badly. Man, I am dropping the ball today. There we go. And then that's kind of a line, I guess. I think though my favorite part to actually skate is this ledge right here, because you can do either like a grind or a manual, and then you just kind of pop off a little bit and you land kind of going down. I don't know why, just something that I really like. Why is this like almost, it feels like it's got, it needs to be waxed. Oh yeah, you can tell that one does. The nice thing about this rail on the side, it kind of gives it more of a like see stuff like that would just look cool. Like if I was gonna film that as a clip, that would look awesome. So it's actually relatively easy to skate, actually. Or maybe I'm just hitting it from the right angle. Oh, not bad, not bad. And then we'll skate down into the boat, even though I don't know if we're gonna make it. Dang. Oh, now that'd be one you could save. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this park build. I will be doing an open lobby here soon, and if you guys want to check that out, make sure you subscribe or turn on my post notifications. Make sure you leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video. And anyways, my name is Chris. I hope to see you all again soon. Peace.